Works and Brewing. My name is Randy.
Hi, and I'm Laura. This channel is all about home distillation and brewing.
Today what we're going to do, which is one of my favorite days, is we're going to do a tasting of our pumpkin and our apple whiskey. Okay, so what is whiskey? Whiskey is distilled from a fermented grain mash. Number two, it is distilled at no more than 160 proof, and it is aged in charred white oak. So what I did is both these mashes I used the same grain bill. In one of them I used pumpkin, and in the other one I used apples. In the pumpkin, I used pumpkin pie spices in the vapor trail, and in the apple, I used cinnamon sticks in the vapor trail. I was going for the apple and the pumpkin profiles in the whiskeys, not a flavoring that was added to the whiskey later. So I'm going to post the grain bill for both of these fine whiskeys. So what I like to do is we're going to have a tasting, and then I would like to come back at a later date and see how it has changed. So let's get started. How you doing? There's 4 things you can really do to help this channel out. Number 1, subscribe if you haven't done that already. Number 2, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Number 3, give us a thumbs up if you like what you see. And number 4, share us with your friends. Get the word out. Help us out. Okay, so we're going to try the apple whiskey first. It was proofed down to 90 proof, so let's give her a try. Okay, you want to go first?
I sure will. Very nice aroma. Now for the tasting. You can smell the cinnamon in it. Has a very peppery taste to me. It's got very good legs on the glass, if that means anything to anyone. But the cinnamon gives it a very nice spice. And to me, the taste is more dry than sweet. The smell, the aroma is awesome. And it's still pretty young yet. But all in all, it's very tasty.
I mean, I'll agree with you. It is young, which of course it is. It's going to get better with age, I would hope. It's a little bit on the hot side for me. It's you can really taste the alcohol in it. And when you take a sip of it, it really coats your mouth. It really has a nice feel there. And I do taste a little bit of a smokiness, an oak taste to it. It's very, very good. I'm very pleased with that. It probably will not be around for very long.
Nope.
Okay. You got anything else you want to say?
No. Very good holiday whiskey, though. Yes.
All right. We'll be back. The thing I wanted to try is to just put a little bit of water, and just to see how it's going to change it.
That's really nice.
That really brings the cinnamon out in that.
Yes, it did. Yes.
And that water really changed. It's hard to believe how much water will change whiskey.
And it was just a couple drops.
Yeah.
And it's not much. So, yes, and it did. Very nice.
Okay, so now it's time to taste the pumpkin. This was also proofed down to 90 proof. Okay, ladies first.
The smell of this is just phenomenal. It smells just like a pie. All it's missing is the whipped cream.
Yeah.
Okay, with that being said, it is very creamy. It has a nice creamy flavor to it. This is a nice dessert whiskey if you want to call it like something like that. It's spicy, and it has a warmness to it, and that's just very nice. Of course, it's still very young.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's still very young.
I don't know if it's going to make it to old.
I don't think it will either, but I would imagine it would get only better with age.
Yeah, I would agree with it's very, very young. I would agree that, but I almost taste a sweetness to it more than the apple,
Okay.
which is kind of amazing because it's the same grain bill, and even with the same grain bill, they taste very different.
Yes.
You know. But to me, this one is very balanced. It's very easy to drink, of course.
Oh yes.
And but I do taste the pepperiness into it. So I'm very pleased with this. Let's try it with a little bit of water, see how that does anything.
Absolutely. And again, there's still nice legs, if that's what you call them, on the glass. Oh, that brings out the spices.
That does.
The water brings out the spices.
It almost jumps out at you.
Absolutely.
I think the pair of them I am very, very pleased with.
They're very similar, but they're very different.
But I do like the pumpkin. I mean, the smell on the pumpkin is,
Phenomenal.
oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
It's crazy good. I think anybody would be very, very pleased with that.
Yes.
All right, so I wanted to thank everybody for coming to Stillworks and Brewing. I got a little bit left.
Yeah.
Sorry. I want to thank Laura for being our guest, and I would like to thank everybody for watching, and enjoy the adventure. See you next time.